Give me lists of something, whatever. All the Heisman winners since 1990. I'm like, Jameis Winston. Oh, man. How we doing? What happened to the round table? Didn't we have a round table? Okay. Oh, we got a background. Okay.
New logo.
Got to build the brand.
I guess the first question is, we've been sitting here talking about which planet are you from and which one is Spurrier from? We've kind of heard your comments.
I don't know. Somebody asked me. I don't know what we said. I'm not sure. I really don't know. Really don't know.
Can you talk about the offensive line?
Yeah, that's not many people ask me about the offensive line today. I told you y'all are the sharpest tools in the shed around here. That's a work in progress for us. That's a big area that we've got to really do a good job of with in fall camp and come out of it feeling good about the pieces that we have to work with. And our local guys have heard me say many times, I really like the guys we have, but we just got to get everybody dialed in on what we're trying to do and to buy into the commitment level that we're asking. I think we got plenty of guys that have played a lot of football. We got some good experience in there. Some guys, some good leaders like Ryan Norton, that I think is just an excellent player. Really, really excited about Kalen Davis and his development and just his overall maturity as a football player and his knowledge. I mean, he gives us a lot of flexibility because he can play either guard or tackle, and we could, probably could play left tackle if we needed him to be, with the type of commitment that he's made from a conditioning standpoint. Isaiah Battle is probably as talented a guy as there is in this conference at his position. So getting him to play to the level that he's capable of, that's our job as coaches. And Shaq Anthony the same way. I think he's proven that he can win for us. Joe Gore is a guy that is going to be a great candidate for us, who has all the tools. Hopefully he can stay healthy and really come on and have a great year for us. David Beasley is a very proven player inside. We feel confident with him. Eric McLean is a guy that got hurt in the spring, but gives us a lot of flexibility because he can play guard or tackle. Got some young guys like Tyrone Crowder that I think is going to be a great player in that offensive line for several years to come. I think Jay Guillermo is the same thing. Jay could be one of those guys that could end up in our top 5 before it's all said and done. So we got a lot of guys. But right now, I wouldn't say that I could just tell you 100%, who those first 5 are going to be. The good news is we've got good competition, and we got some good pieces to work with. We just got to get them in the right spot.
Is Battle kind of the main key to how good this line could be, or is it not fair to pinpoint?
Well, I think he's a pretty critical guy because he's an elite talent. You have. Most football teams are made up of a bunch of good players. Then you have a few, kind of special guys from a talent standpoint. And he's one of those guys, talent-wise, that I think can really be special at his position. It sure would help us if we can be able to count on him week in and week out. And I tell you, he made great progress last year. Became a starter for us and halfway through the season and really did some very, very good things. He's confident. He's a guy that I think has had to learn to love football. I don't think that came naturally to him. He was a basketball guy most of his life and just kind of said, all right, I'll try football. I think he's grown in a lot of ways from that standpoint, but we need him to become that consistent day in and day out guy preparation-wise. Hopefully at the end of the year we're all talking about how great Isaiah Battle has played all year. If that's the case, then we were probably pretty good up front.
In the past, the defensive or the defensive side of the ball, they've been challenged a lot, and they use that as motivation. The offensive line ever get into that, just because sometimes they're kind of referred to as just not the strength of the offensive side?
I think we've had some really good groups around there. We've done a lot of great things offensively, and Sammy Watkins is Sammy Watkins, but he's not a very good player without at left guard. So from our standpoint, we greatly appreciate those guys.